some people are okay living their lives completely like that. Okay, they get their vacation.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this. They get their vacation hours. They get their days off. And then someone calls them and tells them, you have to be at work at this time or else.
Why can't I have as many days off I want in a year? Why? And when someone tells me you only have 14,
we'll give you
and
14 days off.
It's worse than having no days off, but you chose to work every day.
Yeah. Yeah. I would rather work for myself as my own damn boss and have 0 days off out of 365 days than to have someone else give me, here's a few days off.
Use it or lose it. They don't roll over.
Yeah, use it or lose it. Oh, and let us know when you'll be back.
Give us 30-day notice, please.
And we'll approve it. Or not approve it. I cannot let you go on your vacation. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I start hearing stuff like that, okay, and I look around at the people who exist around me, and they're completely fine, living the existence of complete servitude so they can finance their boat and their car and their four-wheeler, all the liabilities that they have. They're fine with it. Oh, please, can I have one more day off? I was sick today. Can I stay home? No. Be at work. Yeah. It's not going to work for me.
Like, are people actually okay with that? That's just what's weird to me. Is I wonder, I'm like, are you actually okay with that?
Well, the question we asked ourselves earlier is there something wrong with us? Or is there something wrong with everybody else?
I'm not wrong.
I'm still of the opinion that there's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with 99.9% of the rest of the world. That they can't see the same things that I see.
And I get to a point where it's so much like I get closer and closer to seeing things. It's similar to the way Andrew Tate describes them. Like when he talks about, he's like, not everybody can make it. He's like, somebody's got to flip the burgers, right? And I've gotten to the point where I'm like, someone is going to have to do that for me.
And they're happy to. I think that's what pisses me off when I see a man who's happy to flip the burgers.
Because I think about it and I'm like, if everyone were to be a business owner, who would be the employees in those businesses? It can't be everyone.
That's why I guess we're blessed with this curse. To see things this way. But also cursed with the fact that I can't understand. I feel like I can't relate to other people well.
100%.
You know, because when we're having conversations and everybody's talking about the minuscule, pathetic existence of their life, it's like I can't relate. I'll sit there and listen to people talk about what they did over the weekend or what their plans are for their stupid little vacation. How they're going to spend their days off that their company gave them. Gave them, by the way. Just give you a few days off. And I can't relate. I feel like a psychopath. You know? I feel like no one understands what the hell I am talking about when I say I want to be free. If you say that to someone, you say, I want to be free. They're like, yeah, man.
Aren't you off this weekend?
Don't you have this weekend off? Didn't they give it to you off? Who? What man gave me the weekend off? Right?
I think because of that mentality that I have similar to yours. I find myself very, very isolated a lot of times. Like, I'm just away from people. I'm like, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, the only way for me to be around them is to do stuff that means nothing to me.
Right. It's like it's an out of body experience for me to do things that people say is fun and enjoyable. Let's go bowling. Can you just listen to these things that I list out? Want to go bowling? You want to maybe let's go ride horses. You know? Let's play golf. Right? There's a band in town.
Oh.
I'd rather take a long jump off a short pier, okay, to the bottom. With no water down there, right? Than to go stand in a crowd of people, simps, waving their hands at the man on stage playing his guitar and singing to us, and screaming with my cell phone out.
They look like looks like such idiots to me, because I can't figure out what the point is.
I can't find enjoyment.
I can listen to this song for free on YouTube, and you paid to come here so you could scream like idiots.
Completely free. Yeah, I could listen to it for free.
And it's not even a good song.
I watched a movie recently, War of the Worlds something, with Ice Cube in it.
Mm-hmm.
Please, I implore you to go look at the reviews for that movie. It was... The movie insulted me so greatly because it was, to me, you know how when your company will say, oh, we're giving out hats or we're giving out pens or we'll give you some food today. You know, it's like, and then you have the employees who are happy.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh my God, did you hear about the hat they're giving out? I want that hat, man. Like, this movie to me with Ice Cube was the most insulting movie that I've ever watched almost in my entire life, because it was just so lazy, right? I could tell how they made I feel like I could have made it. If you watch a movie and you think I could have made this on my computer, just my laptop, I didn't even need to film anything. They set the movie up basically so that everybody was communicating to each other via their webcams on their laptops, right?
Right.
And then every other scene outside of that was just digital. It was no scenes. Like, they didn't have to go and film anything.
Right.
They just all sat in front of their laptops, read their lines, captured
and the rest was CGI.
The rest was
graphics.
digital, just like gaming.
Mm-hmm.
It was like game content, gameplay content.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just so insulted that they would put that in front of people. And there were people probably who went and watched it and was like, it was a great movie. You know, back to my thought process about the pen and the hats and whatever else they give you. It's like, yeah, man, it was a good movie. You know, I liked it. I was insulted. I felt like a simp. I felt like a little baby back. I'll beep that out. But it just, not even watching that movie, but so much of life takes me back to this place of not being able to relate to people's interests, what they see as important. It's like, how can you not watch your mom die in front of you slowly? How can you not watch your dad die in front of you slowly? How can you not watch the people around you not be able to pay their bills and struggle and get their days off that they can just barely enjoy? It's just enough to recoup your strength so you can go back to work for another week. How can you not watch all of these things happen around you? How can you not watch your own sanity dissipate as you just go back to this slave job day after day and listen to someone tell you what to do? And you don't want to change it. Your only recourse, the only thought in your head is I'm going to buy a boat. I'm going to buy a sports car. Maybe if I get that promotion. I hate the word promotion so much because it's in my opinion, when I hear the word promotion, I hear the inmate at the prison who has now been, oh, we'll give you janitor duties. Like, you get to go out. You know, we'll give you a mop and a bucket, and you get keys to cells, and you can go clean them. And that guy's walking around the cell whistling, and he's happy, and he just can't see. You're in prison. Right?
Mm-hmm. I think part of it, to me, what it looks like to me is the difference between a life that people live just so that each moment has as little pain as possible versus a life you live so that it means something and so that it does something, so that it's actually for something.
Why can't people see it?
I don't know. It's like, have you ever heard? There's an old clip that I saved. I don't know if I can find it, but it's this old black gentleman talking about the magic glasses. You ever seen that before?
Mm.
He's talking about the magic glasses, and it's so interesting. He says, you put on the magic glasses, and he said, and there's rules that go with the magic glasses. He said, you see things as they are, not as you would like them to be. You can never take them off, and you can't make anyone else wear them. He said, those are the magic glasses.
Mm.
He said, life gives some people magic glasses. And I thought, man, that's so
perfect description of what I have on my face right now.
That's what it feels like.
And it's absurdly annoying that other people can't see it, but at the same time, I'm appreciative of it because, like I said, I feel like a psychopath in my own head sometimes. It drives me crazy that I feel like I can see these things that are so obvious. No one else can see it. Everybody else is happy serving, living their life on someone else's terms, through somebody else's direction, never knowing until, let's say, at the end of your life when you're retired. Now you get a little bit of freedom right before you die. And people, I think, get trapped in this thing where we're all going to die anyway. Life is short. I'm young now, so I'm going to spend every dime I have to live whatever kind of life that I think can bring me the most joy while I'm young. And although I understand that mindset, I also have been, and you have been, given a different kind of a gift, which is the ability to see even beyond that short-sightedness, because that's what it is in my opinion. It's you're only seeing half of the picture still.
Yep.
You know, maybe your eyes are opened a little bit. You understand that you need to live some kind of a life outside of servitude and slavery and destituteness, and you're like, I want to live on my own terms. And those are the people that go out and buy boats and campers and sports cars and guns. They waste their money on guns. I have 3 guns. That's enough. I can do whatever I need to with those guns, okay? Buy bullets, right? Those are the people, they're partially awake in my opinion. Okay, now I have a different mindset. In my mindset, I'm constantly looking at life, and I say, yes, while I'm young, it's important for me to go and be free and have fun and live my life. And yes, I want the boat. Yes, I want the house. Yes, I want the sports car. But I'm not willing to sell my soul.
See, that's exactly.
And the rest of my life for those things right now. Okay? I want those things on my terms. I want those things to be accompanied with my own freedom. And freedom being my time, right? You buy those things when you're young. You buy your crotch rocket, your motorcycle, your four-wheeler, your boat, your camper, your this, your that. You're trading your time for that, okay? And you think you have this weird mindset that oh, because I'm young and I bought all these things, I'm not trading time for this. Oh no, you're trading some of the most valuable years of your life, not for the freedom and fun that you think you're trading it for. You're trading those valuable years of your life for a four-wheeler. See, this is my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Yeah, you go have fun on your weekends. You ride around, right? You drive your this, you ride around in your boat. Okay? You didn't trade like and gain anything. You gave up time. Free, valuable time off of your life for a boat. That's what it was. It wasn't you living your life.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't you having fun.
Mm-hmm.
You sold a part of yourself for that time that you'll never get back. And my thought process is, and this is what makes me a psychopath, what I think, okay? My thought process is I would rather give up that piece while I'm younger that you sold, the time you sold for your four-wheeler and your boat. I'm going to trade that time to work on my craft. I'm going to trade that time to do something that's going to allow me to buy future time for myself, right? It's a trade-off regardless of what you do, right? You traded some of your time for a four-wheeler. I'm trading some of my time for the rest of my time is how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard to properly put that into words to some people. You know, they're not willing to, it's suffering. It's being willing to suffer for a little bit for a lifetime of freedom that they're not willing to do. They want to nickel and dime their time the whole way through.
Mm-hmm. No, that's...
Like, I'll just trade my time for my whole life. I want to trade a little bit of time here and now and work a little bit harder and do what I have to do so that the rest of it can be completely free. Not like the rest of it, oh, I was young and I bought a boat and I was free for that weekend. Then I had to work, trade more time, and I was free for another weekend. Then I had to work and trade more time, and then I was free. And the time you're trading for the time with your stupid boat or your camper or your four-wheeler or whatever, your sports car, your stupid house, things that you couldn't necessarily afford, the time that you're trading will never be worth the amount of time that you could have had in your life if you would have just given up on all those things and worked for something bigger that was going to allow you to have complete freedom later on. And I'm not talking about freedom when I'm 60.
Right. You know, it's just, I think it's so weird because it's impossible to explain to someone that doesn't value the same things. Like, some people just want something else, and I just can't comprehend it. Like,
I wish I could understand it.
I don't think we ever will, because really exactly what you were saying just now is that all of those things are trades that you can make. And so it's hard to say which one is the right trade from an objective ethical standpoint. It's just like, which trade do you want?
Right. And that's why, yeah, it's the mindsets are different. And I understand the people who will say, you could die tomorrow and you would have never bought that boat. You could die this. Yeah, but when I die, I'm dead. Doesn't matter.
I'm not going to regret.
Right.
In that, you know, it's...
Okay, one of us is working towards a goal and a dream that is wild and insane. And people say you can't do it. And it's definitely achievable because you see it all around you. And it's legitimately something that could grant you freedom for the rest of your life here on Earth. Right? And the other one is kind of this partial half dream that you settle for.
It's like immediate gratification.
Yeah, instant gratification.
Yeah.
Which is never going to do it. That's never going to keep your mother out of the hospital. That's never going to keep your loved ones from suffering financially and constantly living in this world where their bosses just like time with our family. How important is that to you? Just time with our family.
Infinitely.
Yeah, it's the most important thing to me. And that time is so finite and just
slips away. It's so crazy. I just never... It's so crazy that I'm here and it used to seem so far away.
Mm.
Just being where I'm at.
Happens
I can remember being a child and thinking I had a curfew. You remember, like, oh, you got to go to bed at 9, you know?
Yeah.
And now everything is so different. And it feels like the blink of an eye, and everyone is so much older.
Mm. Unhealthy obsession with freedom. Can you call that unhealthy? I have an unhealthy obsession with
unbalanced,
freedom.
But I wouldn't call it unhealthy.
It's definitely unbalanced.
Mm-hmm.
It's unstable. I'm unstable because I want to be free, right? And we're not talking about being a crazy person here. We're talking about being a focused person that people will misconstrue as you being unstable in the aspect of, oh, what are you doing this for? We don't see the results. I don't see the results. What did Alex Hormozy say in that video the other day? Optimism, it's informed optimism, uninformed optimism.
Mm-hmm.
You go through these crazy stages when you're trying to achieve something great. Mm-hmm. And other people will call you crazy because there are no results. You will call yourself crazy. Right. You'll be the psychopath because you're doing this business, you're trying this thing, and nothing's working.
Mm-hmm.
And you're uninformed. So you don't even know what it takes to get yourself there. Then you become informed and you realize all the hard work that it takes.
Yep.
And you start to, this is where a lot of people will fall off. And disappear.
You go to the valley of despair, the crisis of meaning.
Exactly.
That's where people restart and they do something else, so they give up.
They're like, this is too hard, I'll quit.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I was wrong.
And on that downhill slope, towards that informed, what is it? Is it informed optimism?
There's informed pessimism.
Informed
when
pessimism.
You get to that hard part, you're like, oh, I actually know how much this sucks.
Right. During that downhill slope, which I believe is where I'm at right now.
Same. I think I'm actually in the valley right now.
Yeah. That's where you're calling yourself crazy, and so is everybody else, because what you're doing is ridiculous. You just go by the boat.
You could be relaxing.
Come have fun with us.
Have
Come
some pretzels.
party.
Have some freaking...
relax. What are you doing? This is nuts. You're not even getting... Are you making money? I can't tell you how many people ask me, you making money on that podcast of yours? What are you making on that? Nothing. I'm not making a dime. Okay? We don't even get views. Right? The bare basic thing to achieve success with a podcast would be views. We don't get views, right? I'm in the pessimistic state of despair, right? With this show. But it's the not willing to give up, that has always kept me going in life. And I'm still an incredibly successful human being.
Oh yeah. And
I won't quit.
And my thing too, and I like to reframe this as like, if I actually knew how and when I was going to be successful, it would almost ruin everything.
Yeah, it would.
Because I want to lord over everyone else the fact that I showed up not knowing if it was going to work, not knowing when it was going to work, if it was going to work, how it was going to work. And I kept showing up every day like I knew it would, even though I didn't have a clue.
Mm. Yeah. That's the dream.
Because you couldn't do that.
No, you.
I look at other people and I know you couldn't do that for a fact. I know for a fact.
You quit on day 2. It was too hard for you.
Too hard.
It was too hard for me too. I just didn't quit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy. That's an insane person. That's a psychopath.
Mm-hmm. It literally, like the classic definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. It feels like that a lot of times. Yeah. Consistency feels like insanity to people that are mediocre.
Right. Beautiful way of phrasing that. And I have to become okay with other people not understanding that.
I want to be misunderstood. Like, I don't even want you to get me at a certain point. I don't even want you to understand. Because the people that understand me are my people. And anyone who doesn't, I don't need you.
I just get tired of the people who don't understand me asking for an explanation.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you come do this?
I'd just like to ask you questions in return. It'd be like, why don't you have any ambition for your life beyond this job, beyond that car, beyond these clothes that you have, beyond where you live at, beyond getting 2 days off every week?
Infuriating.
Beyond, and you know what's crazy is you think a job is like, people are like, oh, it's only 8 hours of your day. I'm like, my whole day becomes scheduled around those 8 hours. It's the whole life when you have a boss who's like, because now that decides when you go to sleep.
Yeah.
When you go to bed. It decides when you wake up, when you get to take lunch. And then because of that, it decides when you eat dinner, when you can go to the gym. All of that is now decided because of this 8-hour shift that you have. That is slavery.
Yeah. That is your life revolving around this thing. And this is the thing you've decided to dedicate your life to, essentially. This is the fruit of your life. This is what you have worked for your whole life. This is who you are. It's what you work at. You become that thing which you work at the most. If you have a job that pays you nothing, treats you like trash, gives you a meager day off here and there, buys you a piece of cake for your birthday, puts a party hat on you, makes you look like a clown, tells you to get back to work. That's what you've dedicated your life to. And people can't see it that way. Mm-hmm. You are dedicating your life to this. Mm-hmm. Your entire existence. Mm-hmm. Your existence on this planet. If what the scientists tell us all is true, and we are spinning millions of miles an hour or whatever miles an hour on this crazy blue ball in the middle of space. And your time here is so finite. If you blow a puff of smoke up in the air, and the time that it disappears, that's your life on this planet. And during that time that you are on this earth, with all of these people, you are afraid, weak, scared, tired, hungry, begging for days off from a person who didn't give a shit about you. That is how you spent your time on this beautiful earth. All of it. And you were happy with that. And some people, and I would argue this is even worse, the people who are unhappy with it and continue anyway. Okay?
And complain.
That's a scarier person. It's because we see suicide rates in this country. I don't know what they're at right now. But it's like it must be a much more terrifying existence to be the individual who won't try anything else, yet continues in this pattern of despair that they're in. They recognize everything we're saying. They would sit in these chairs and tell us, you guys are right. This is a miserable existence. We hate this. But whatever. That's life. Got to do it. Those are the people who put that gun to their head at the end of the night. Those are the people who are just living in constant misery every single day. Maybe they don't see it fully, I guess. Maybe they don't have those magic glasses. It's so sad. I won't live that way. This rock that we're spinning on in space, you're going to tell me that for all of it, the greatest thing is for you to have a weekend off and go drive your boat around. Is that what you are literally going to tell me is the pinnacle of life? Oh, I was so happy. We finally got off work and I was able to go get on my four-wheeler and drive. Just went riding, bro. I was free. No, you weren't. You had a little bit of time off that someone else gave you. Mm-hmm. They could have told you to come in that weekend and you would have had to. Think about that. They could have told you. Not asked. Another man could have told you to come in. And you say, I could quit. There's other jobs. Sure. Okay. What do you think the other job is going to do to you? You think they're going to allow you to take a week off and not call them? Right? I want freedom. People will call you crazy if you are singularly focused on just escaping the matrix.
You know, it's interesting. It's like, if you put something in a box, like it's constrained, like you know where it's at, right? But it's not free. But you know where it's at. Like you don't got to worry. But as soon as something's free, you have to be willing to embrace the uncertainty. And uncertainty is what freedom feels like at first. Because you don't have any clue what to do when you're on your own and you have to figure out everything by yourself. That's what, like, it's scary. Like, freedom is scary.
Yeah.
And I think people run away because it's cowardice.
Yeah.
It's cowardice. You have to embrace so much uncertainty of you have certain bills and you have uncertain income. You have deadlines and you have stress and you don't have any way of knowing how you're going to meet them. You're just going to struggle that whole time. And that's what freedom feels like. And they think that's tyranny. They think that's prison, right?
Yeah. Like the inmate argument.
Yeah.
The guy that gets institutionalized from the time he was young and he says, I can't make it out in the real world. And we're all out here looking at you in prison. We're saying you could be free. Come out. And he's like, no.
3 ounce in a cot. I need my food guaranteed.
I want to stay in jail. I understand the rules in here. That must be what millionaires and billionaires feel like when they look at the working class. You guys could be free.
Right.
It's not that hard to pay your Verizon bill. Just pay it. The inmate is going, what? I have to go online and do what? What are you talking about?
Right. I know. It's like you always get a higher return on your investment of time whenever the outcome that you got wasn't guaranteed to you. Like a CEO of a company, like, if you think about it, like, they have to make the company profitable.
Yeah.
Right? In order for them to actually make money. But the employee, they signed a contract. You have to pay them if they were there for 8 hours and they did nothing. And they accomplished nothing for the company. They just did some menial tasks. They did some bookkeeping. They did stuff that didn't move the bar at all. Didn't move anything for the business. You still have to pay them.
Yeah.
They get a guarantee, but it's only $16 an hour. Because that's what you get with a guarantee. If you want guaranteed money, it's no money.
It's nothing.
Right? The owner of that business is either going to make $1 million or nothing.
Yeah.
And none of that's guaranteed.
It's true.
But then when they do get paid, it's way more than you could ever imagine as just an employee. Because you take on so much risk.
Yeah.
All of your money is on the line in the first place to deliver. And then you have to deliver. Otherwise, there's nothing.
Yeah, and you're insane if you tell people that that's how I want to do it. It's exactly how I want it to be. I want to take that risk for that reward. You're insane. You can get a guaranteed 16 an hour? That's what it sounds like to me. That's what working for the rest of your life.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Sounds like to me. When people say,
they'll be like, just do the math. You can pay your rent. You can do this. Like, if you just
think about the 401k, think about the benefits, dental, think the days off they give you, give.
And I just don't see myself. I don't want anything given to me. Like, I'm the least entitled person you'll meet. I don't expect anyone to be nice to me. I don't expect anyone to give me the benefit of the doubt. I don't expect anyone to help me with anything. If anything, I expect people to ignore me and betray me.
Yes.
And so for anyone to say, like, I gave you this, I'm like, I took it.
Yeah.
I don't want you to give me anything. What I have is what I took.
Yeah, I don't need you.
I don't want you to give me anything.
A damn thing.
You don't want to take favors from people that you don't want to owe. Because the job's like, we gave you that time off. Now you need to.
You have to repay that back to us, basically.
That's what it is. You owe us. I don't want to owe people anything. Owe no one nothing. That's my life's ambition. To need nothing from no one and owe nothing to no one. I don't want to owe anyone. I don't want to need anyone.
I love that. And I want to read. I'd love to read that Vincent Van Gogh's quote again.
Yeah.
Vincent van Gogh's quote goes like this: I put my heart and my soul into my work and have lost my mind in the process. This encapsulates the immense passion and dedication the artist had for his craft. It speaks to the depth of his commitment to creating art that resonated with his innermost being. You have to put your heart and your soul into something, and you're going to have to be okay with losing your mind in that process of doing that. That's where I'm at. It's all or nothing. I cannot continue to go through my life like this, where I'm at right now. And for people to look at me and misconstrue it as he hates the people. This is how people will interpret you saying something like this.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say, oh, you hate all of us, huh? You just hate your life. You know, none of us are doing it for you. You just need something better. No. I love everybody that I have in my life and that I hold dear and that I am constantly around. I love these people, okay? But the life of slavery, the life of servitude, the life of enslavement, a life without my freedom, I will not continue. I won't do it forever. It's not going to work. It is success or nothing. Those are the only two options. And it doesn't reflect on my love for any of the people in my life. Because people will take it that way. Oh, you hate your life? No, yeah. Yeah. Yes, I do hate my life. Okay, I didn't say I hated the people in it. Right? I hate the circumstances. I hate my failures. I hate my shortcomings.
And you have to hate those things in order to change them. Because people don't change things unless they hate them enough.
Yeah. That's what it takes. You know, the lukewarm thing that God talks about in the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's like the person that wants to be in shape, but not enough.
Just barely.
Just like they want to be in shape enough to not like how they look.
Right.
Not enough to go work out.
Right. That's a fat person.
That's a fat person.
Yeah. It's
That's
not
it.
a picture of success.
Like, it's... And the thing to me, this is what irritates me, is people want to call you crazy for doing the things that you do, but if they could snap their finger and have the things that you're working all the time to have, they would. It's just the fact that they won't work for it. They would snap their finger for it.
Right.
They would wish for it.
Right.
They'd scratch off a lottery ticket for it, but they wouldn't actually work for it. And so that's why I think these people are liars and cowards and in self-denial, because everything that you say you want, everything that you and I say that we want to do and have is stuff that they would want to do and have. They just can't get it the instant way that they want to, and so they won't. But they would take it. Oh, they'd be so happy.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, I have my own successful business that I run, and it's just, and I can... They would say yes to that. Of course they would. Of course they would. They just want it instantly. And so I think they're lying when they say they don't want it. They're lying.
They are.
Because they would.
Yeah.
It's a lie. They're lying to themselves.
And you know, I think that's the only thing that keeps me sane is thinking that they're lying. Because if I think they're honest, they're being honest with me when they tell me that they're fine with this mediocre life that they're living, and they truly don't want the success that I'm trying to achieve, and they don't want to do all those things, that would drive me insane. So I have to think that they're lying. You have to be lying. You can't be honest. You can't be serious. You can't like going to work every day for someone else, not for yourself. You can't. I refuse to believe it. The only thing that'll keep me sane is thinking that you're lying. I hope you're lying. You can't be telling the truth. You better not be.
To anyone out there that has a job right now and that you don't like, why aren't you doing what you want to do? Because I'll tell you what. I'll just tell you my situation. I had a job, a stable job, had a boss that really liked me, and I didn't really like my job, and it wasn't what I wanted to do. But I kind of just got presented with it, and I took the job. And it was paying all my bills, and I could eat food, and I could even save a little bit of money, and I could do stuff every now and then. And I quit that job to go do what I actually wanted to do. To be broke all this time, to struggle, to not know what's going to happen, to have to find ways to pay bills, and I would rather do that. And I don't know why.
It's that little thing inside of every great man that tells them that they can achieve the impossible. That's what that is. That's the why. It's that little thing inside of each and every one of us who wants to do better in life, who will not accept normal, who won't accept mediocre. That thing will make you wake up every single morning and do insane, impossible things to regular people for that tiny, tiny glimmer. If you look up in the night sky and you see one of those stars and they just barely flicker at you and you think, I wonder what that is up there. That's the hope that the people have who are in our position, who are striving for that tiny morsel of success in life. And we're looking at that star and we're telling ourselves, if I jump high enough, I bet you I could reach up there and grab that. And everybody else is saying, you need a rocket ship. You need scientists. You need this.
And you don't have any of those things.
You don't have any of those things. It's impossible for you to do it. And I'm telling you, I can grab the star. I'm going to go and jump up and get
I'll become a scientist. I'll build a rocket.
Exactly. I'll do whatever I have to do to go up there and get that star. That's what it is. And that, to me, to those of us who have that mentality, that insanity, that psychopath traits and tendencies, to those people, it's such a beautiful thing to see because it's so rare. Someone to break out of the mold, to go their own way, to fight for something, to do something. None of us would be here in this country if there weren't people who were willing to go and lay down on the beaches of Normandy and die in the dirt, or go over to Vietnam and die in the dirt, get blown up, get stabbed. People who are willing to, essentially what I'm saying, fight. Okay? Women
not
back
live a
home.
passive life.
Yeah. Women back home fighting as well. Everybody was fighting to build this country that we have right now. The life that you're living right now, every aspect of it, someone had to fight for. The light bulbs in your ceiling. Someone had to sit there and create that, and they fought for that. And it was impossible. You can't flick a switch and turn on a light bulb.
And that's the other thing to me, where people just seem so closed-minded, where they say they can't do it. And when I walk outside of my home, and I'm in downtown, and I look around, I can't look anywhere without seeing a business.
Yeah. Something
and
that's
you think
impossible.
it's impossible.
Yeah.
I can't look anywhere without seeing a business. On every side of the street, there is a
business. And each business has a business owner.
And I'm just like, and you think there's no way
that I can do this. Fine. That's fine. I'm going to need employees.
I'll hit you up.
I will call you. And I'll tell you when you can and cannot be at work. I'll tell you how many vacation days you get. And you'll be fine with that. And I'm glad that you have that mentality because I need employees now. That is the insanity of this life that we're living right now. Nobody sees it. They don't have the magic glasses.
The magic glasses. You see things as they are, not as you want them to be. You can never take them off, and you can't make anyone else wear them.
Put my heart and my soul into my work, and I've lost my mind in the process. If you want to achieve something, anything in life, you're going to have to put your heart and your soul into it. and you might just end up losing your mind in the process. And to me, the losing the mind part is subjective. That's everybody else will look at you, or objective, whatever. Everybody else will look at you and say, he's crazy, he's insane, he's doing this for nothing, he's not enjoying his life, he's always trying to work. It's funny how that works out, right? I'm trying to work so hard not to work.
And you know what? And the thing is, it's not even that I don't want to work. I can't be told what to do. I don't know what I can't. If I'm doing something and you tell me to do it, I can no longer do it.
Right. I'll tell me what to do.
I'll work all night because I told me to do it.
Yeah, not a problem, not a complaint. Don't care if I get lunch.
Where's my coffee? That's it.
Yeah, give me a cup of coffee and let me work. The second you tell me to do something, that is when we have a problem.
And then the idea that I must comply.
Must.
The expectation.
For your life's sake.
So that I can keep food on the table.
Yeah, so your wife can
That's
live.
what I'm fighting against.
So your family has heat in the house, right? I'll just do it. Boss said so.
Because I'm not a lazy person. I've never had an issue with productivity or my ability to stay focused on tasks or to actually get things done. I've never had an issue with that. Not once. I have always had an issue with someone telling me what to do. Always.
Yeah. I've always had an issue with working for nothing. And by that, I mean the vision of nothing. I can look, I have the ability to look into the future. Some people don't. I can see that if I continue doing what I am doing currently right now, this road ends in every week being exactly the same.
See,
every weekend, every month, every year, they just repeat themselves over and over endlessly.
It's like the safety, when other people like see safety, I see they promise you nothing different.
Right.
For the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Before you quote unquote retire, before you die. They promise you nothing will change. Yeah. That's their promise of safety. Everything will stay the same for you. You don't have to worry.
Yeah. And the only thing I'll say is, to the people who are fine with that offer, good for you.
Yeah.
And to the people who are doing it day in and day out, and they have this exact same mindset that I do and that he does, you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, you owe it to everybody around you to at least try to chase after that feeling that you have of doing something bigger and doing something better. You owe it. There's nothing worse in life than regret.
You have to do it. You have to do it. And I'm telling you, as scary as you might think it is, I was 20 years old, I had a mortgage, and then I quit my job a few months later, not knowing how I was going to make money. And that is really scary. Like, it feels scary. But I was literally on the verge of, I was hanging on by a thread at my job mentally. I was about to lose it. I was losing it. You have to do the scary thing. Like, to me, fear should be your compass. Like, that's where you go. Whatever you're afraid to do. Like, you have to do it. You have to. I had no idea. I was like, I didn't know if I was like, I might lose this. I might get foreclosed on. I might run out of money. I don't know what's going to happen. I had no clue. No clue. I literally, in a panic, bought a book to help me figure it out. The night that I decided I was going to quit.
I just had a vision of the future. While you were telling that story, I had a vision of it. And that's another part of the insanity that we're talking about in here. It was so beautiful. It was so rich. It's going to be worth it in the end. Don't give up. Chase the insanity. No matter what anybody says. Don't quit. It's going to be a beautiful ending to this story. There's no better place to end this episode. The After Dark Show. Silas Jackson, Jared Jackson, Capital Real Estate Partners.
Amen.
And the BTG Show.
BTG.
Let us know how you feel. Maybe you're one of those people who's looking for something different in life, who's thinking that they're insane for chasing it. I don't know. Make a video about it. Put it out on the internet. Let people tell you you're crazy. Chase after that dream. Don't let anybody discourage you. Have a plan. See it through. Don't live your life with regrets. And if you're happy where you are, to those people, the employees of life, be happy. I'm happy for you. Okay? I'll never be happy in your position or your situation, but I'm happy for you. And I'm just trying to find the same happiness that you have at your job.